Welcome to the Asia Link podcast. I'm really excited about today's episode because we're going to be talking about something extremely important on the world stage: the amazing cultural and linguistic diversity of India. Now, you might think of China with one of its big New Year celebrations, but did you know that India celebrates over seven different New Years? Yes, you heard that right, and each one is totally unique. I'm your host, Mitch Barron, and to help us dive deep into this topic, I have Harklet co-founder Manish Mishra with me today, someone who really knows their stuff about Indian culture. Hey, Animesh, how are you doing today?
Hey, Mitch, I'm good. What about you? And thanks for having me.
Doing
Excited to
great. We're
chat
always
about
welcome to have
this.
you.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to chat about this. India's diversity is something I'm really passionate about. Let's start.
Perfect, of course. So I'm so glad you can join us. Again, let's go ahead and jump right in. India has so many different New Year's celebrations. It's kind of mind blowing, right? Can you walk us through some of the main ones and what makes each of them so special?
Absolutely. It is true. India's has a ton of New Year celebrations, each with its unique flavor. For example, there is Ugadi in South, celebrated with a special dish called Pachadi that symbolizes the different flavors of life, sweet, sour, salty, and so on. Then there is Gudi Parva in Maharashtra, where people decorate their homes with colorful flags called Gudi. In the north, we have Baishakhi, a harvest festival with energetic bhangra dancing and delicious feasts. And who can forget Diwali, the festival of lights, which also marks the new year for many communities. Each one is tied to different culture and religious traditions, making them super special.
Wow. I love that every region and state in India has its own spin on the New Year. It's like no two are the same, and that's what makes it so exciting. Now, speaking of diversity, India has a ton of languages, over 20 official ones, plus so many individual dialects. How does language play a role in these New Year celebrations?
Language is huge in these celebrations. Think of it like this. New Year's greetings, songs, and stories passed down through generations are often in the local languages. For example, during Pongal in Tamil Nadu, people greet each other with Pongalu Pongal. It adds a layer of cultures, identity, and makes the celebrations even more meaningful because you are connecting with your heritage. That way, in different states, since I come from Jharkhand, so that's where the people greet everyone with Johar, something like that.
I can only imagine how much more meaningful these traditions must feel when they're rooted in the language of the individual communities. So let's talk about some of the cool traditions and customs that come with these festivals. What are some unique ones that stand out to you?
Good. There are so many. During Baishakhi, farmers in Punjab take a dip in the holy rivers, thanking God for the harvest. In Kerala, Vishu involves arranging auspicious items like gold, money, and new clothes in front of a mirror. It's believed to bring good luck for the year, right? And during Gudi Parva, people make their beautiful rangolis design in their doorsteps to welcome prosperity. Most of the festivals are somehow linked with the nature, harvest, agriculture, and bringing up the prosperities to the home, something how it is.
It sounds like there's so much joy and togetherness in these celebrations. And I know geography plays a big role in all of this too. How does the land shape the way these festivals are celebrated?
That's a good point. The land totally influences the celebrations. For instances, Onam in Kerala is harvest festival with boat races. That makes sense because Kerala has tons of backwaters. Similarly, Lohri in Punjab, where it gets super cold, involves bonfires and singing around them. The geography shapes the food, the clothes, and even the types of activities people do during these festivals.
That's such an interesting perspective. It really shows how closely tied everything is: the food, the clothes, the way people celebrate. All right. To wrap it up, what do you think is the main takeaway when we look at India's festivals and traditions?
I think the biggest takeaway is the sense of unity in diversity. India has so many different cultures, languages, and traditions. Yet, these festivals bring everyone together. They remind us that despite our differences, we are all part of something bigger, right? Which is Bharat Varsh, or the Union of States. That's how the India is.
That's such a beautiful way to look at it. And Manesh, thank you so much for sharing all of this with us today. It's been such an enlightening conversation.
Thanks so much for having me. It was a thanks, Mitch.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future episodes. Next time, we're going to dive into some really cool stories about the cultural exchange that happens both within India and across Asia. Stay tuned. I'll catch you in the next one, and thank you for listening to Asia Link.